Life is a long highway and I'm just doing the best I can.
Blanchard Rogers Edition, presented by Ellison, Kibler, Merrill, Lynch. Special thanks to Gordon Whitaker.
Welcome into the Straight Line to Success. I am your host, David Wyatt, and I am excited in this Blanchard Rogers edition. These are the Heisman winners or finalists for the state of South Carolina, the best in or from South Carolina. We got Mikey Football in the studio with us today, and excited to have you in here, Mike. And the guest of the hour, though, is your national champions, South Carolina State Bulldogs, Jarod Washington. Welcome in, Jarod.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, awesome, man. So, again, congratulations. Grew up in Virginia, and this is a success and leadership podcast. And so we want to know about you, want to know about how you tick and all that great stuff. But before we move into that, let's just start with the foundation. How do you define success?
Really, me personally, I think the impact we make on people's lives is a big thing for me. Like, wins are good. Like, yeah, we're national championships, but like, I'll forever be able to go back there and have brothers, show my kids, teach my kids. Like, yeah, these are my best friends back in the day. Like, I used to bump and grind every day with this guy right here. And it's a real impact. It's not fake.
That's exciting. So relationships are keys, and that's really how you define success, is the quality of the relationships.
Yeah, to sum it up, and I would say that's exactly it.
That's fantastic. And you grew up in Virginia and ended up in South Carolina. How did that happen?
Man, like I said a little bit earlier, I always wanted to be in South Carolina. I used to tell my mom when we used to go visit, like, yeah, one day I like it out here. It's chill. It's laid back. I might live out here one day, Mom. And then God blessed me to come out to South Carolina. I don't know how it worked, but, I'm a faith and believer in God, so I think God led me there.
That's incredible. So, welcome to the family, Jarod. We're certainly happy that you're in South Carolina doing great work for a couple of great South Carolina institutions. You went from Benedict, where you found success, and then at South Carolina State now, winning the national championship. And, we were talking a little bit earlier, and I mentioned that it looked like some people might have been a little bit afraid to throw to you this year.
Yeah, definitely. You play with fire, you're going to get burnt one day.
That's fantastic. We always talk about on this show about mentors. You don't get there by yourself. Did you have mentors, and who are some of those mentors?
Yeah, plenty of them. I might forget some of them, honestly, now. But the biggest one, I would say, Coach Siles, Michael Siles. He was my coach, my position coach, my DB coach at South Carolina State and at Benedict. And I met him in junior college before I transferred to Benedict. So he's been with me my whole life, just like basically raising me, because your mom could do with so much. But when you leave your parents' house, he was just, like you said, that mentor to step up. And I was a little hard-headed when I was younger, so he kind of put me in my place when I needed it. And plenty of guys, and I just trained in Atlanta with this guy named Josh, fourth quarter performance. He was a good mentor for me. Guy named Ryan, he owns big businesses, the gathering spots everywhere in America. He was good for me. He taught me a lot of business things. Plenty of people I couldn't even list,
Yeah, well, that's fantastic. What was the first guy's name again?
Michael Stiles.
Michael Stiles. Well,
yeah.
Definitely, some of the things that, you do on the field, obviously, is why we're talking right now. But what are some of the things you do when you're not playing football?
Play the game, relax the mind a little bit, because I can't really sit down and got to have some focus on my brain so I could be locked in, I can't just chill for too long. Hunt a lot when I go home with my family. And then really shooting, that comes with hunting. Really simple, man. I don't do too much other than play football, but mostly play the game. Call my friends back home, all the homies, tell them how boring we are, go in there and talk trash and play the game.
Do y'all play those video games against each other online?
Yeah, exactly that. Or we play with each other or against each other, either or.
That's pretty cool. Mikey Football, what you got for us?
All right, Jared. Thanks for coming on, man. We appreciate the time and uh, look forward to getting to watch you at the next level. But tell us a little bit about your story. What gives you the confidence to succeed at the next level? You're a 6'2" corner. You're from SC State. Uh, you've had great success. Now you're working toward the NFL. What gives you that confidence to succeed at the next level?
Yeah, they put 6'2", but actually I'm about 6 foot.
Okay.
Yeah, but really to sum it up, man, I came from really nothing. So when you come from nothing and you get a little something, you get a sense of like I'm doing something right. I feel good about myself. But staying myself out from the NFL really just coming from nothing. Like coming from junior college to D2 to D1, and I was a walk-on at South Carolina State. I wasn't even a full scholarship guy coming in, so I had to prove myself every step I had to go. So prove myself in the league ain't nothing, but I'm used to that.
That's fantastic. Just one more step in the direction. And for you, Jared, you seem to be really peaking and growing all at the right time. You're right here going into the NFL at the right time. I mean, you're the fastest, I think, person clocked at the recent East-West Shrine Bowl. Ran what, 21 miles an hour?
Yeah, 21.
I mean, that's smoking fast. But obviously found success and confidence, as Mike just put there for us. You found confidence from junior, D2, D1, national champions. I mean, let's say that a young man is watching this show and they're saying, hey, Jarod Washington, you've been super successful. I'm coming in. I'm a freshman. How can I be successful for you? How can I be successful like you?
Just put your foot forward, really, I would say, every day. You're going to have hard days. You're going to have long days, ups, highs, lows, down. Every emotion you could think of, every emotion. But I would say just don't really worry about the emotion. Just worry about what you're going to get. Like, okay, step by step. My first step was when I walked on South Carolina State. Start week 1. So I knew in my mind, fall camp, I got to make plays. I got to start. And I did start. And I started every game for them. So just step by step. Have set goals and just keep putting your foot forward. And don't let nobody tell you who you are. Keep your integrity as a man at the end of the day. I think you'll be good. You'll be successful.
That's good advice right there. How did you talked about step 1, but coming to a college, a new place, how do you set yourself up for success?
Man, it all comes back to the same thing. I don't mean to repeat myself, but it really does. Like, just taking it day by day. It's like I said, you're gonna go through every emotion, every single one, everyone. I done been through it all in football, but I just woke up every day and just keep putting myself in the right spots. Like, okay, I'm gonna wake up every day and go to practice and be a good teammate. I might argue a little bit, but at the end of the day, I'm gonna dap my homie up and be like, yeah, we good, bro. Like, what I mean? Just every day it's gonna be something, but as long as I put my foot forward and do what I'm supposed to do, you'll be all right.
That's fantastic. Well, again, we want to congratulate you. You've had an incredible, successful career, and you're still going. So, as a finalist for the Blanchard Rogers Trophy, again, congratulations on that. And anything else that maybe I should have asked you that I didn't, that you'd like to add, please feel free to do so.
You should have asked me, man. I don't know. I'm pretty simple, man. I don't got much. I'm really cut and paste. Like whatever you see is who I am. So I don't really got for y'all though. I want to say thank you though. I would say thank you.
That's awesome.
I told you the South Carolina story, so to be on here with y'all is a blessing. I just recently got the award for Aeneas Williams Award, and I was out there for the room full of DBs from best in the nation. So. Because it was presented by the Jim Thorpe, so it was everybody you could thank there. All the old Jim Thorpe winners came back, and they were just giving me game, talking to me. So it's fun, There's another opportunity for me and you.
That's awesome. Well, listen, thank you. And the Jim Thorpe group sounds like an amazing bunch of leaders there. What was maybe one of the highlights from being around those folks?
They were honestly, it might sound simple, but they were just cool guys. Like, no egos. Sometimes you get in a room full of, like, bigger people. Sometimes a little ego, like they don't want to teach you something or they want to hold it all in. And they were an open book. Like, day one, they didn't even know me. Came, sat down with my family, got to get to know me. By the time I got there and by the time I left, they were sitting down, eating with me, talking to my mom, my dad, my brothers that came with me, my best friends, and treat me like one of theirs. So I would say that was the biggest thing, just to build a relationship and be around cool guys. I made my day.
Well, that's fantastic. Jarod, again, congratulations on that award, all the success. And, you are consistent, started with relationships, ending with relationships. And there you have it, folks. Thanks for tuning in to the Straight Line to Success. Join us next time.
Thank you for listening to The Straight Line to Success. Copyright 2026 Wyatt Sports and Entertainment, LLC. All rights reserved. Visit www.tslts.com and join the TSLTS Insider for exclusive content and updates.
And we're doing the best we can. Everybody do your best. Come on, come on. Do your best. Do your best. The best you can.